Good afternoon. My name is Jake Dudek, and I'm a sales rep here at LKCS. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that this webinar is being recorded and will be available later on today after my presentation, as well as posted to our YouTube channel. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Today, I'm going to be talking about how you can improve your local search ranking, giving you an overview in what factors play into this, and showing a few different ways how LKCS can help you to accomplish this. Before I get too deep into the presentation, for those of you who may not be familiar with LKCS, we are a full-service marketing company tailored specifically towards financial institutions. Since 1961, we have provided a wide array of services from local listings management and search engine optimization, which we will cover today, to things like statements, websites, social media management, direct mail, and many others. So if you have any topics you think you want more information on, please feel free to reach out to me or to your sales rep. We can get the ball rolling on that and get you what you need. All right. So in the age of the internet, it should be obvious to all that a large majority of prospective customers and members are searching for solutions to their financial needs online. When they're searching for these needs, who are they seeing? Are they finding you? As important as it is to have a nice website, if the prospects aren't being driven to it, it won't be nearly as effective of a tool that it could be. When they do find you in their search, is it the correct and most up-to-date information being displayed to them? If a prospect feels the need to call, will the phone number be correct? If they try to show up to a branch, will the address and hours they find be accurate? With multiple search engines, business listing sites, and social media platforms used every day for search, how can you ensure that the information for all of these different channels is even correct? As daunting as it may be, it is imperative that this information be monitored and be correct across all of these for all of your branches. So how do you go about ensuring a strong online presence? Search engine optimization. If you're not familiar with the term, search engine optimization, or SEO, is the process of improving the quality and quantity of website traffic to a website or web page from search engines. SEO targets unpaid traffic, known as natural or organic results, rather than direct traffic or paid traffic. With over 307 million internet users in the United States alone, and trillions of searches done each year, leveraging relevant searches and traffic is of the utmost importance. Many times, the primary way that the traffic reaches your website is through searching for it. Because of this, making sure your website is optimized to work with the demands of search engines ensures a smooth process for the visitor. The more you are able to keep improving your visibility and rank higher than those who are competing for the same search results as you, the more you can positively impact your bottom line. To properly understand how to use SEO to drive more traffic, we must first understand why. As you probably can imagine, search engine results are highly competitive, and that's for a good reason. With so many internet users, everybody wants to be the institution that shows up when somebody searches auto loan, let alone auto loan near me. Whenever people want to go somewhere, do something, find information, research, or buy a product or service, their journey almost always ends up starting online. Because of this, it makes SEO a very important marketing channel that helps to drive traffic to your site to achieve key business goals. Website visits lead to conversions, which lead to sales. Additionally, SEO builds trust. When you go Google something and you do a simple search of, say, just like bank or credit union, odds are what you find, you and most people that you know are probably going to be familiar with the results, or at least the first handful of them. This isn't coincidental. A website that ranks well is genuinely regarded as authoritative and trustworthy. These are key elements that Google rewards to better rate you in the search results. Another important thing to note is that SEO is ongoing. With something like a paid campaign, when this comes to an end, the ad is no longer displayed, and because of that, it's no longer being clicked and driving traffic to your site. On the contrary, your site will constantly be displayed in search. So staying on top of optimizing when and how your site is displayed is key to maintaining traffic. When you search into Google for something, you're probably used to seeing many different types of results. These can be broken down into two main categories. First, the traditional organic results, which you are probably most familiar with. These consist of links to website pages ranked in a particular order based on Google's algorithms. Search engine algorithms are a set of formulae that the search engines use to determine the relevance of a possible result to a user's query. In the past, Google commonly returned a page of 10 organic results from each query, but now this number can vary widely, and the number of results will differ depending on whether a searcher is using a desktop or computer, if they're using a desktop computer, if they're using a mobile phone, or maybe another device such as a tablet. Second, there are search engine result page features, or SERPs for short. This is an umbrella term for results such as local pack results, which display a list of local businesses, Google business profiles, which figure a single local business, knowledge panels, which feature information about organizations, people, and places, site links, which are links to additional pages within a website, can also appear as part of the site's organic listing if the individual pages are strong enough or the search engine believes that the individual pages are especially relevant to the user's query. Featured snippets, which include image carousels, video packs, lists, paragraphs, and tables. To display featured snippets, Google pulls content from web pages to summarize them right within the SERPs, linking to the sources of the information. The people also ask feature summarizes and links to further information based on queries that relate to the user's original query. Lastly, related searchers features links to further sets of SERPs and can prompt users to expand their query access to related information. Now, results helps to determine organic search. SEO professionals have made ongoing studies and efforts to determine as many of Google's proprietary organic ranking factors as possible. These could include on-page factors, which is the content and the page that appears for both the users and the search engine when looking at it. User behavior factors, which refers to the way users interact with a product, service, or platform. Link factors, which can be things such as the number of links from the root domain and the domain age of the linking website. Core update factors, such as page speed, mobile friendliness, and overall design and usability of a website. Local guideline factors, meaning any specific local rules or laws that must be abided by. And lastly, spam factors, which relates to things such as how long it takes for a page to load and the relevance of the content being displayed. Essentially meaning, so is the page easy to access and relevant to the search? Another thing to consider is Google's EEAT factors. While they're not generally considered traditional, direct ranking factors, they're a set of principles which Google instructs its quality raters to evaluate when measuring search engine results quality. It can be broken down into 4 separate categories. Experience, meaning is published content based on the first-hand experience of its author? So for example, if an article or blog post related to mortgage is put together related to mortgage loans, was this written by somebody with first-hand experience with mortgages, such as a loan officer? Next is expertise, which is the published content created by someone who has become skilled in the subject they are covering? So going back to a loan officer, do they have the degrees, licenses, or credentials that help to prove their credibility? Authoritativeness. Do third parties recognize the expertise of a source? And then lastly, trustworthiness. So trustworthiness is, it's very important because, is the information, can people trust the information that they're receiving? And, is it reliable? And so this can be determined by things such as like public sentiment that you get, from things like online reviews and other factors such as that. So Google calls trustworthiness, it's the most important EEAT factor. So if anything, you got to make sure that you can be trusted. Now let's look at what kind of things determine search engine result page factors. The problem inherent with the task of trying to set a stone list of these factors, of which will have the most influence on organic rankings, is that there's just so many different kinds of SERPs, and they've become very diverse and very varied. So this variation makes it impossible to make a set list that guarantees the most impact. Your brand and services are specific to you, so it is important that you understand that one size simply does not fit all. Try to study what the search engine is returning for your most important queries, and then analyzing the top competitors for these terms. When doing this research, rather than looking for the universal top ranking factors, research the types of media Google, Bing, or other entities are returning for your top keyword phrases. Do you see strong organic competitors, featured snippets, image packs, video results, local packs? Look for ways not to just compete with the top results, but to differentiate your brand so that in the SERPs you stand out and you seem like a real person. And that helps to make you the most relevant resource for a user's query. Another thing I want to touch on briefly, more as a way to kind of understand SEO, is to be wary of false promises. If somebody reaches out to you claiming that they can make your company #1 in organic SERPs, or state that they absolutely know what the search engine wants for its top ranking factors, it's simply not true. Only the search engines have this information, and the point of SEO is actually all about the ongoing study of this topic as search continues to evolve across time. The best strategy is always changing. That way you can yield the best results. Knowing how to use SEO and SEO tools to your advantage, as well as experimentation with your own market, will be the deciding factor that best determines which strategies meet your goals and needs. Now that we have a better understanding of SEO and what factors determine your search ranking, let's look at what we hope to accomplish with SEO. First, more visibility in the SERPs. The majority of Google users stay within the first page of Google's results to find an answer to their query. Of that, about 75% of the time, they only are clicking on the first or second result. Because of this behavior, one major goal of SEO is to rank more highly in the results for more searches. The more visible your content is, the better chances of it being found and chosen by the user. Another one, more traffic to your site. The more people with relevant searches that you can get to your site, the better chances there are of somebody staying for a service. Higher quality traffic to your site. The traffic that visits your site is only helpful if they have been brought there by searching for relevant topics. So you got to strategize on how to win the most qualified traffic for what you offer, because this will help you to have the highest conversion rate. Next is greater intelligibility to users. So SEO can help your site to be more intelligible, discoverable, and usable to its potential visitors. Optimization influences both what your content looks like when shown within the SERPs and what your content looks and behaves like when searches click through to your digital assets. Providing good service and great user experience to the public is one of the most practical reasons to invest in SEO. And then last is a greater intelligibility to the search engine. So in order for search engines to feature and reward your content so that you can earn that visibility, traffic, and conversions that you want and need, your website and other assets need to be intelligible to the tools that entities like Google and Bing use to crawl and index digital content. When trying to reach these goals, there's 3 areas of focus that should be noted. Optimizing your site genuinely involves these 3 focus areas: on-page, off-page, and technical SEO. On-page SEO is the practice of optimizing your website content so both search engines and users can easily digest it. Technical SEO is any sufficient technical action undertaken with the intent of improving search results, usually by making your site function more efficiently. Off-page SEO involves actions taken outside of your website to impact your ranking. Taken all together, these 3 areas of SEO work to ensure that search engines can match your content to their perceived intent of searchers' queries. The better search engines can understand your content, the better your chances of achieving high, broad, and highly converting rankings. So now, how can LKCS help? You have an understanding of how search ranking works and how it's determined, as well as all of the different avenues of where this information is displayed. And honestly, you're probably not alone if you feel a little bit overwhelmed. But have no fear. That's why we're here. LKCS has a full-time in-house digital marketing team that specializes in the wants and needs of financial institutions. We take our decades of experience with financial institutions and use that to provide unique and valuable insight into your specific wants and needs. When it comes to SEO services, it is not and should not be viewed as a single one-time project that can be completed and then removed from your to-do list. Instead, SEO is a digital marketing strategy that needs to be managed and explored on an ongoing basis and with no end. Our approach to website optimization is to create and execute SEO strategies in accordance with an ongoing monthly commitment. As a customer, you will determine what the commitment is based on your unique goals, your expectations, and your budget. We believe that this approach provides much more in terms of flexibility, which is really needed to properly evaluate the successes and failures of the strategies, as well as to react to movements and advancements that happen within the SEO industry. SEO provides a lot of moving parts, and so it is important that any strategy that is implemented also be dynamic. Additionally, we offer local listings management with review generation. Local business listings optimization is a powerful method of attracting exposure through search engines by creating and improving your business and/or map listings. Having correct NAP, or name, address, and phone number information, plays a key role for your SEO optics and boosts the relevancy and credibility of your financial institution as well as its website listing. The more consistency you have, the better the outcome. We will help you to set up an account and profiles for each location that includes current NAP information, hours, descriptions, logo, and images as provided and confirmed by you. We then push the correct data across 40+ websites and directories, which populate information on a larger network of websites. These listings are then claimed, and we begin working on suppressing duplicates and incorrect data, as well as monitoring connections to ensure that information is maintained and updated as needed. In addition, you also have the ability to easily request reviews from your members. I will discuss this further in a later slide, so stay tuned for that. And in addition to all that, I wanted to make sure that you're aware that our digital marketing services do not end at SEO and local listing management. So whether it be online advertising with Google, social media advertisement management, or post generation, or maybe any other digital marketing avenue you could think of, we would be happy to help you out. Now I want to look specifically at LKCS's Listing Sync Manager. Local search engine optimization has become a critical factor when implementing digital marketing. Local SEO boosts your company's visibility in location-based services. Your location listings can be found on multiple websites, including businesses, business directories, social media platforms, review sites, and many more. These listings feature your institution's name, address, and phone number. And as you heard me say before, it's commonly referred to as NAP. But they can also include other things such as a location's hours, product and service listings, reviews, building images, and other quote-unquote metadata. These sites often pull from each other, but do not verify that information that they share, meaning that your data can end up being very inconsistent across the internet, which negatively affects your search ranking. That's where LKCS's Listing Sync Manager comes into play. Save time and keep all your listings correct. Use the Listing Sync Manager to find and update your branch listings on leading business sites with our direct API connection. This means that you are able to make the needed updates and corrections without having to leave the manager. Additionally, you can also view local search metrics to monitor your local search activity to see what users around you are looking for. You also have the ability to submit manual updates to hundreds of other local listing sites. So just in case our system can't connect to them directly, we can still ensure that you are able to make the necessary updates that are needed. A little bit inside of the Listing Sync Manager, I wanted to show that there's a convenient main dashboard where you're able to search and locate your locations and online listings all across the web. Once located, this gives you a convenient spot or database to access all these locations and make these edits. From the dashboard, you can click into specific locations and edit the listing information as needed. Things such as name, address, phone number, website, business hours, photos, and other data can be easily accessed and easily changed. Additionally, you have the ability to locate and remove duplicate listings that may be found when you are conducting your search. The system conveniently marks listings that it deems could be potential duplicates and marks them so that you're able to take a look at them and to do further review and decide for yourself if the system was in fact correct and it needs to be removed because it was a duplicate, or if it should stay. And lastly, just as I mentioned before with API integration, the system leverages direct API integrations with over 37 business listing directories, including Google Maps, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Bing, and Facebook, so that you are able to make any changes. That way, inside of the system, you're able to make any changes right from the system to all these directories and give yourself the convenience instead of having to go to every single individual directory and make these changes. We make it able so that you can do them all from just one place. So the final topic that I want to cover today is online reviews. Circling back to the idea of trustworthiness, it is no surprise that the number of positive reviews on places like Google My Business or Facebook can directly impact your search ranking. In addition to this, reviews can affect whether or not future prospects will reach out to you. How common is it for you to look on something online and then maybe a product or something and check the customer reviews, and then to say like you have two products you're looking at very similar and you can't really decide which one, which is the one you want. Have you ever looked at the reviews and, if you're looking at the reviews and one has got, 100 different reviews, all close to product, was exactly as advertised. Are you going to pick that one? Or are you going to pick the one that, you know, maybe has 1 or 2 reviews and even potentially a bad review? Because that, because you know, it's important that your reviews are good. You're going to pick the one, you're going to pick the product that has the better reviews 9 times out of 10. So how you display yourself is very important. So because of that, you got to do what you can do to continually grow and update your reviews. Replying to reviews is also another important aspect of reviews. Replying to a customer's review and thanking them can go a long way. This helps to build trust in your institution as well as helps to humanize it. Helping people realize that they are working with real people can go a long way in terms of trustworthiness. The review tool within the Listings Sync Manager lets you conveniently respond to these reviews right within the system. Pre-saved templates, pre-saved like template replies are available that you can use. And then if needed, you can edit them to best fit your reply. Additionally, if you have a reply that you really like, it can be saved again and you can use it. It can be saved for editing and you can use it again. So inside of the Listing Sync Manager, all reviews can be accessed within a special review dashboard, shown here. Once you get to that dashboard, you are then able to find those individual reviews for further investigation and replying. So once a specific review is opened, a message box where you're able to input a custom reply or select a template that can be edited and sent as a reply shows up. And from there, you pick what you want to do to reply, hit send, and it's taken care of. Within the Listing Sync Manager, you can also take advantage of its ability to easily request reviews from members. Using our tool, you can send requests to members based on their preference of either text message or email. You can send an unlimited amount of email requests per month, and text messages are limited, and it depends on location. Your request, email, and text message can be customized at any time. It includes the short codes, which pulls in your member's name and links to their chosen, which includes your member's short code, which pulls your member's name up and links them to your chosen review site. You can also send members directly to the sites where review numbers count. Google My Business, Facebook, and Yelp are built-in options. Send members to more than one at once via email and one via text. Once reviews are posted, they will remain on your Google My Business, Facebook, or Yelp accounts as long as they are active. It's also easy to send single review requests or a handful at a time. For larger campaigns, you can put together a simple CSV file that can be uploaded to deliver those requests in bulk. Or if you just want to do an individual, you can just put in their specific email or phone number. And then additionally, another great feature is that you're able to log into the dashboard and view who has received and completed the request versus those who have received it and haven't completed your review request. So that can help you on your next campaign or next acquisition to figure out what do I want to do to ensure I get as many reviews as possible. With a simple program inside the Listing Sync Manager, you can put together a review acquisition to either get sent to a specific recipient, like I said before, or through a CSV list that can be uploaded and sent to many at once. Once a review acquisition has been sent, you also have the ability to track who has and who hasn't responded, like I said before. And then this can help you to put together data to study and help you with future acquisitions. So, yep, sorry about that. I skipped it too early, like I said before. Once those acquisitions have been sent, you have the ability to track that. So some final remarks. So with all the information that I've covered today, I wanted to take a moment and reflect on what was discussed and kind of give you a second to ask yourself again, what can be done to ensure you are easy to find? Is the information users are finding accurate? Do you know how you can find and edit your information? And lastly, do prospects see you as a trustworthy source and value your expertise? Let LKCS do what we could. Let LKCS come in and do what we do best and put our experience and our tools to use and help to improve your local search. So that's all that I have for you today. I want to thank you again for your time. And my name is Jake Dudek. And thanks again for your time and seeing what I have to offer. I'm going to remain on the line here for the next few minutes to answer any potential questions you might have or any requests. Please feel free to reach out to me, or if you know your sales rep, them at any time to discuss what we talked about today or any other things you might be interested in, because we'd be happy to help. Thanks again.